この番組はご覧のスポンサーの提供でお送りします。Alrighty, welcome everyone. I'm Teeaboo and I am here for a bonus episode. It's not really a bonus episode because we would end up watching it otherwise, but like we're watching an episode of Yu Hakusho outside of the order of the normal episodes of Yu Hakusho, so you're getting one more episode this week, and so it's a bonus episode. Sure. The basic deal here is that I was informed that episodes 28 and 29 go really well together, and that episodes 31 and 32 also go really well together, which leaves us in the odd position of having episode 30 left hanging. Instead of spending an entire week on just episode 30, because I have been told that episode 30 is pretty worth watching in and of itself, I decided to just throw it onto my Thursday when I normally have a break, and it ended up working out really well, which is nice. So I feel real great, and I'm ready to watch an episode of Blue Blue Smack Blow. Where are we in the story? I mean, we just fought Mr. Sword Arm Finger Dude who had buttons of doom, and threatened Kurama because that seemed like a good idea. Got himself exploded by plant matter, which is exactly what he deserved. And now there are a couple of other bros in the other enemy team place. Yusuke's still asleep, I think, and Botan is our manager, and that's like basically where we are. We've defeated a couple of them. We defeated little boy Rinku with the acrobatic flippity dippity doos and the yo-yo spinnity winities. It didn't really defeat him, but, you know, we fought him to a standstill, whatever. And now there's a really tall hippie dude with the John Lennon glasses. There's, like, generic big dude. He's just a big dude, and not Vegeta. And so we're gonna fight one of those, I think. Probably not Vegeta, right? Because he seems like he's, like, the final boss of the group. But I don't know. So let's watch this. The title for this episode is something about an unfinished secret technique. I don't know if that's an unfinished secret technique for the Haku Bros, or if that's an unfinished secret technique on the enemy side, and that's why we're gonna win. I don't know what's happening here, but we got ourselves a battle. We're in the midst of it. There's gonna be a cute fox girl announcer. Can't help but mention Kodo because she's the bomb. And that's about it. Let's watch a single episode of Blue Blue Smack Blow and give it its fair due and have a good time, and then I will take the rest of the day for myself. Okie dokie, let's watch this episode. So, as usual, I've got the app up and ready to go. It's sitting at 0 seconds, 2 versions, picture-in-picture version in the Describble-dee-doo, timer-based version on YouTube. You want to do a syncy thing, you could do a syncy thing. Just get your syncy thing ready so that the syncy timer can do the syncy thing. Beep beep timer. I don't know what the fuck I just said, but sure, you know what I'm talking about. Timer. Ooh. Hmm. Oh, so Kurama or Kuwabara technically full lost. Okay. I thought it was brought to a tie. I don't know why I got that wrong in my brain space. What will happen next? I don't know, dude. Something secret technique that's unfinished. Who's up? Are we gonna send Genkai in? That would be great. Hello? Alright, is it not Vegeta, or... Okay, it's not Vegeta. Yeah, that's weird. Send Genkai. Send Genkai. Oh. Maybe Angry's. True. Genkai, go. No. Alright. Alright, Hiei, you do it. You do it. Fire and ice, right? Oh yeah, we knew that was happening. I don't know why I forgot that we knew that was happening. It's an odd slide. Oh, I see what we're doing. That's pretty fun. Do you? Yeah, how'd he do that? Can we see it through Hiei's brain space? Oh. Oh. You fucking what? What'd you say about my eye? Fire. Unfazed. No? Okay, a little bit. Just a little bit. That's a lot of hot. Well, glad we didn't sit in the shitty seats. Seems like sitting in the nosebleeds is the... Okay, I'm gonna shut up. Wow. Holy fuck! Wait, what? This is dope. Jesus. Yeah. That was like an abridged line. Actually, you're dead. Oh, that's great. Okay. Yeah, he's a little nuts. Should we whip out the eye? Uh uh is he absorbing all that heat? Oh shit. That's energy. Creed? This is dope as fuck. I don't think that Hiei took that unintentionally. I have full faith in Hiei. Despite the... You might be. Wow! I mean, he... I love you. I don't believe it. He keeps the scar! Yeah, I don't believe it. Nah. Is it some kind of ice bullshit? Nani? Nani the what? What fuck? He kind of jacked. This is so fun. This is such a weird episode. I need to. Oh. That's a name I've heard. Squid. Well, this boy can. Maybe. This is the dopest special effects episode that we've had. Full stop. This is how you build up a technique, man. This is cool. Great. All right, who the fuck is directing? This is insane. Later, Kodo. Good move. Yeah. Yo. No music, no pretense, just destruction. Oh, I love it. I love it. Banished to oblivion. So, I believe you. I mean, you can if you want to. So is that a genuine injury? He harms himself every time he uses it? Fair. Fair. This is my favorite episode. We're only halfway through. That's mid-roll. Yeah. We're only halfway through. This is my favorite. This is the best. On so many levels. I believe ya. Oh, yeah, you'll be friends. Oh, he is definitely hurt by that. Definitely a downside. Lol, nope. That seems like a forfeit to me. Oh, is there a problem for deserters? Ooh. Ooh, hello. What? I love him! I love him! I love him. I fucking love him. Oh, he's the most dangerous of them all, by far. Clearly. I've seen Drunken Master. You don't fuck with that shit. So. I think that's really Ripper. Oh, he's out cold. And then he's back up. That's not her name. I love him. Yeah, no, don't fuck around. What the fuck is this episode? Yeah, I wouldn't trust that. He's like Mr. Satan, but it's not all bluster. Genkai. Genkai. Chu? I I don't disagree, my friend. Genkai. Oh shit. Well, well then. That happened. Oh. A little bit of nostalgia. Sick. Yep. He feels great, man. Ning nong. Wow. Oh shit. Looking like a boss. Kill Yusuke, kill Yusuke, kill. I mean, you can't help but get pulled into the chance. All right, all right, all right. This makes sense. Yeah? Took a lot out of him. Back against the wall, yeah. And could have killed himself in the process, probably. I think he will. Yeah. What the fuck? Not her name. This fucking Aussie just crack open a Foster's. We're gonna do this as rock, paper, scissors? You gonna Rochambeau this shit? Alright, Togashi, you just love rock, paper, scissors. I get it. Okay. I do love you, Kodo. Start counting, start counting, start counting. This is the best. I believe it. I am also terrified by that prospect. Yeah, except... No! That's not how... Okay, whatever. Well, he teleported earlier. Oh, shit. He's actually doing the straight-up Drunken Master sway. Wow. Wait, are we... We're rapping. Oh my god. Nope. No spoilers. Oh my god, I love this episode. I love it so much. I'm so glad that we're watching it separately. I'm so fucking glad that we're watching it separately. Okay. This isn't a Shimbo episode, is it? I don't even know. All that I can tell you is that whoever was in charge of this episode is superbly talented. Not only the... Oh, it's... Like, It's, oh my god. All right, I'm gonna list out points that I think are of import here. So give second, because there are a number of different like axes upon which I think this episode is yeah, easily the best that we've had so far in the 29 so far episodes that we've watched of Yu Hakusho. Like easily, this is the most engaging and entertaining episode in my opinion so far. And obviously, there's some recency bias there because this is more recent, but still, I'll stand by that until presented with like anything else. Let me write out some of the points and reasons why. Okay, so I just to jot them down so that I have like a bit of an outline of ideas. The things that I wrote down were humor with koenma in parentheses, effects being all of the effects animation, the multiple series of impact frames, the like deep darkness, the color work around all of the techniques, the fire, the explosions, the darkness welling from the spirit underworld wherever and becoming the dragon of the darkness flame thing. All of that stuff I would call effects. General color work throughout the episode, from Flamey Boy going all flamey to the incredible darkness stuff that Hiei unleashes, and general cool color stuff. The whole build-up into the Dragon of the Darkness Flame technique is stellar, I think. The general character animation is really solid all the way through the episode, whether it's action sequences or not. And then the action sequences themselves have really crisp, when it does it, like really crisp animation and really crisp background animation in the few shots that we get it. And then there are a bunch of things that I can only call like fun ideas over the course of the episode. Things that are weird techniques and like odd chosen things that have been done that are kind of fun. The one that stands out in my mind are the two, like early on in the episode, we get these two sliding shots, one of Hiei's face and the other of fucking flamey, not Vegeta boy's face, whose name I literally just forgot. Yeah, these two sliding shots. Like, this is fun and weird and odd, and I didn't know why we were doing it until we cut from one to the other. Like, we're setting up the stage here, we're doing this thing. I have to imagine that there's probably a pair of manga panels that functions this way. Maybe like a half-page split with their two faces next to each other or similar. Regardless, the whole setup is awesome. The taunting and battling that they do beforehand is really cool. Koto is endlessly cute all the way through. The instant that we get some fire effects animation is pretty awesome looking. It's just cool. And then that we double down on the power of the fire over and over. Like, oh, cool. We knew that he could do big blasts of fire, but then he can do really big blasts of fire. And then this. We get these cool, like, interestingly lit flame in the hand sequences, and then they just like bloom outward into the fireball that he's throwing, and it's awesome. Background animated sequences, and then into Hiei jumping away, and then we get the like, it's almost like a Tomino, is it Tomino Circus? Is that it? I think it is. I think that's right. Tomino Circus? Itano Circus. I don't know why I thought Tomino. Too many. Retromundi OVAdrive is fucking with me. Itano Circus, almost, where he's dancing around these bolts of flame, and it's all really cool. It just looks awesome. I love the flares of white within the fire. I think they add a lot. We don't usually see that kind of stuff, but it adds like an energy and a snappiness and a speed to the bursts of fire as they go by and then fades out, you know? It really feels like he's blasting out energy that is then encasing itself in a flame as opposed to utilizing flame itself. Difference between like firing a bolt of something that's going so fast and it has so much innate energy that it creates fire around it versus like Roy Mustang snapping and creating a fireball, right? There's a difference there, and it's felt, even if it's not explicitly stated, and I think that's cool. It's a different type and different order of power. Explosions and debris work are awesome, and the like painterly nature of the flames as they go by is just really gorgeous, I think. It's really pretty. Okay, all that stuff is dope. His face and the flickering light of the flame and the maniacal stare in his eyes is awesome. We reuse this a little bit. Doesn't really matter to me because it's dope as hell, and I really do think that it's dope as hell. Again, cool background animated sequences, putting lots of emphasis on the power of these techniques and the power that's wielded by this guy and making him genuinely threatening. It's pretty dope. And then we get this, where he's like vortexing in a gigantic fireball in order to like get all of its energy and turn himself into Glowy Boy. That's fucking dope. That's a really cool idea. Somebody who has control of flames, instead of like bursting them outward, pulls them all inward and then accentuates himself through that power. It takes like a blaster power, real simple fire control and manipulation, and turns it into like an interesting brute power where he's taking that power within himself. It's super cool as an idea, I think. Anyway, Koto throughout is continuing to be just a gem. She's wonderful. I mean, she's got her like her little bit of creepy, she's still a demon, where she's like, what does a girl have to do to get some fresh blood out here? And that's hilarious, I think. I think it's a really great contrast to her cute appearance because she's really cute. Okay, anyway, we do really dramatic color sequences, which really do make me think Shinbo. I don't know, man. The thing about them is, it's like Shinbo's directing artistically, but somebody with a better sense of action direction is dealing with the action sequences. Maybe it's a combo of like Shinbo as creative control and someone working on animation direction to make these scenes really punch. And I mean it. Yes, pun intended. But then fade out into white. Now, this whole sequence, like, my confidence in Hiei wasn't wavered, but this whole sequence is so well done that it almost makes you think that maybe Hiei really took that blow, right? This is real good. Obviously, the English voice actor goes a little hard on the he's, gotchigasm a little bit, but, whatever. No sweat, or much sweat given the amount of fire all around us. I think that this sequence in particular is one of my favorites, period. Because what we get is a shapeless, formless, like, burst of flame that could be anything until it resolves into his features and turns into his blow. I think that's such a cool idea. He's manifesting fire within himself, so of course he appears on screen as a wavy fire until it becomes him. That's fucking awesome. And then whooshy boom, massive impact frames, flickering impact frames, massive emphasis, massive amount of power, and then this is just so cool. I like, no, you know what? There isn't actually a frame that I think there is. It's created by the flicker. Yeah. I think that's gorgeous, though. I think that's just beautiful. The way that the entire sky changes, the blurring effect that's done on the audience members that lets us know that they're there but keeps us from having to draw them, the whole stance and pose, the whole composition of the piece, this is really cool. It's just so cool. And then down to earth we fall, and Hiei is dead, but not really, obviously, right? Great. All right, so he walks away, and at that point, we realize that Hiei's back up. He gets up, does the thing, get scared, boy, you should be. And then I love this frame with the background on it. I think that's super cool. I'm actually going to save that and maybe make it a wallpaper. Hold up. This one. Save as a wallpaper. This one. Actually, I really like that one. Save as a wallpaper. Both of those are totally wallpaper worthy, I would say. In fact, there are so many wallpaper worthy like impact frames and things over the course of this episode. Love the sliding. I actually really like this sequence as a way of demonstrating how freaked out he is. instead of doing a lot of times you'll get like cuts around a character's head as they're like thinking through something that blows their mind. I like this sliding across the background painting thing. It's pretty dope. The Jiganai is out, and then we get the insanity of color work. Blues on reds, blacks in the background. It's just gorgeous. Okay, and then on a separate note, I think that the Koenma humor in this episode is by far the best that we've had. Well, we get the explanation thing. It's later when we get the two gags about the squid that I think work really well. Okay, high contrast, lots of light and shadow. There's so much of that fading into normalcy. It's so cool. Also, just these like tilting shots are so DBZ. It's fun. This is fantastic. It's a mirror of the same sequence that we got with the two of them together, except he's utterly terrified at this point, and should be, given the effects that are about to come. The, like, bursting of the heavens to relay darkness energy down to Hiei, the way that it flickers white and black, the, like, black lightning that flies off of it, and the clear energy that's emanating from the darkness in that like, drop shadowy glow around it all is fucking sick. Spiraling, horrifying, dark, evil clouds and shit. This is one of our characters harnessing all the power of the universe to blow his opponent into oblivion, as he very well says. Burbling up from the ocean depths. Like, this is so dope. And he's, like, shaking, just holding that energy at bay until he can release it. And it will harm him. The flow of it is amazing. The glow of it is really cool. The whole thing is #dope. The flickering from these white frames to these normal frames is really cool and works really well as an effect. Very DBZ feel, just in terms of angle and shot and flickering power and shit. This stuff is just cool, you know? This is just technique-y cool. And the actual like build up and thrust and boom and title card for the attack, awesome. Then the cut straight from the full purplized version to this like stark red. This has to be Shinbo. It has to be. It has to be, right? Oh my god, the beam of stuff with stuff spiraling around it that forms into a gigantic dragon, bursts back to this background element again. Kodo just shirking away from this incredible sea of power. Awesome. And over. Just as quickly as it began. Begin. And he's just a little charred boy. Okay, so this is the gag that I think is really great.
I don't even remember eating my squid on the stick. Who's up for a second helping?
That, as the punchline, just the ogre just being like, how can you even worry about food at a time like this? What the fuck? Actually cracked me. This was really good. I think it's a solid humorous joke for Koenma and Ogre. Suddenly they work as characters and shit. It's dope. Now, voice actors for the two other dudes, the hippie dude and the big dude, not what I would have expected at all.
They got zero.
Not the voice I expected from Big Boy or from Hippie Dude.
Yeah, man, they got him really fast.
That's closer. Okay, regardless, they run away and Mr. Mohawk appears. Okay, again, he looks like Mr. Street Fighter guy and he looks like a Mohawk guy from a different place. He's really dope. I think we need to hear what...
It's bright out here. Oh, crap. It's bright out here.
He does lapse between some accents. It's bright out here. And there's no, like, specific thing. He's doing, like, Cockney mixed with Australian a little bit at the same time. I would like to know what they did for the Nihongo. I'm gonna assume that it's your classic drunkard's voice. Wow, it's almost exactly the same voice. This is interesting. Oh wait, whoops, wrong thing. I turned on subtitles instead of.
Oh, crap. It's bright out here.
Huh. That's unusual. I would bet dollars to donuts that the voice actor for Chu actually listened to the voice actor for the Japanese and decided to model his performance off of him and chose an accent that would fit. Let's hear another line.
Hey, would you explain and tell those guys not to run away again? It's a fight to fight.
They're both really good. They're both really good. I mean, the Japanese intonation for a drunkard is really different. There's a lot of lilting into really high notes, whereas the English voice actor stays a little bit more level, not monotone, but a little bit more level, a little bit more like a little bit more mumbly, where the Japanese guy, which is super accurate and odd and something that I've never thought about, and maybe a little bit racist, but those Japanese individuals who I've known who have gotten really drunk do exactly that. The lilt, the like pattern of it is different. Anyway, I really want to know who the voice actor for Chu is in the English, because he sounds very familiar, but beyond that, I think he's really good. I think he nails a persona in a way that a lot of the characters don't. So I'm going to just look up that. I'm going to stay away from episode director and storyboard. I want to find those out at the end. ANN Yu Hakusho. And I'm going to control F for Chu. Chu. It's Norio Wakamoto and in the Nihongo. Of course it is. Of course it is. And it is Kent Williams. All right, Kent Williams. How do I know you? He's Dr. Gero in DBZ. Janemba in DBZ something something. A lot of DBZ. He's also the Supreme Kai. Okay, cool. Staff stuff. Okay. Judge in Ace Attorney. Gustav in Bakano. Okay. Dr. Franks in Darling in the Franks. He plays a lot of, like, old evil dudes. Dr. Gero being probably the reason why he got typecast that way. Kozo Fuyutsuki in Evangelion 123. Somebody in Fairy Tail who I don't know. Hattori in Fruits Basket. Father in Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. Okay. That's actually hard to reconcile. That's difficult. He's played in a lot of things. Mr. Compress in Hiroaka. Wow, he has had so many roles and so few that I actually recognize. That's interesting. Okay, I'm gonna keep an eye out for Kent Williams. I think he does a fantastic job. This episode, part of the reason that I think it's amazing and I think it's really good is that the first half is solid, hardcore, serious combat with cool effects and, like, consequences for Hiei, and a dude gets obliterated, like, literally turned into a scattering of black ash against a wall. Then the second half is utterly pure humor, and most of it is this drunk dude is hilarious, just he's written hilariously, he's adapted hilariously. I think that just from the lines that I've already seen, that are one thing in the Japanese and another thing in the English, they went really hard on altering his performance and his lines to make him more accessible and funnier, and I think they nailed it. And I think that Kent Williams is probably a large portion of the reason why they were able to nail it. Part of it being that he, like, I think he actually studied Wakamoto's performance. Yo, kurashito. And then in English.
Oh, bloody hell, somebody put a small wallet away. Okay, upsy daisy. Oh!
Part of it is like the mumble, the drunken mumble that he does in between the actual lines.
Bloody hell, somebody put a small wallet away.
Somebody put a fucking wall here. What is something right? It's great. It's great. It's so right on. For the goofy drunk. I love him. I love him so much. The drunkenly hitting on Koto is perfect. The fact that he continuously calls her Sheila and completely ignores any like mention to the contrary or whatnot. It's fantastic. It's fantastic.
Find me at once. So
And then all of the character animation around him is wonderful. He jumps between like the almost it's very Hokoto no Ken-y in terms of pose and composition. The totally confident cocky got his toothpick, good to go, eyes relatively clear, all of this shit, and then he like almost pukes and then burps an awful cloud of stank, and Koto is like fantastic. And all of this as a build-up for Yusuke to jump on the scene. Of course, then he shows up and is like, "Fuck all you demons!" And they start chanting, "Kill Yusuke, kill Yusuke." It's great. All of the mannerisms are on point and hilarious. I love it. Togoro's voice sounds a little weird here. I don't know. He just goes, he just goes so gravelly, you know. When I told him of the dark tournament, far from impressive. I can't even do that. It's so scratchy in the throat. But Jesus. And onward and recap about Dragon of the Darkness Flame. Some cool stuff. And stealing the mic and revealing a little bit of technique. Like he just sort of zaps over there. Whoosh. What? Who's a what? I'm also kind of confused as to how Koto managed to get that shit back. Because we just cut and she's already got it in her hand, kind of. It's just like, thanks. Also, how does the microphone work? It doesn't have a... maybe it's a wireless with a little mini cord on it. I don't know. It doesn't really matter. Regardless, the fight is getting ready. Yusuke getting prepped. They're like goofy blathering to each other. This is going to be an interesting fight. Just because he's so goofy, this is going to be the most serious fight. I think this sway is straight up based on a sequence from the 1974 like Drunken Master movie. I think it's like a direct reference, but I don't really know. Regardless, his basis obviously is. It doesn't really matter. Boom. Roll credits. Like, this episode is fantastic. It unveils the coolest secret technique that we've had so far. It unveils my favorite character so far, probably, in this guy so far. I mean, Koto, but also this dude, man. This dude, he won me over immediately. I don't know how many times I said I love him in this episode reaction, but enough. Not enough at all. I'm so excited. If 31 and 32 go together, as I have been informed, then I assume that 31 and 32 are both fighting this dude, and that makes me so happy. I cannot convey to you how pleased that makes me. Okay, I love this episode. Now to the question of the day. Who did this, and how'd they do it, and was it Shinbo? I think it was. I think it had to be. The color work, the purple to red, the red on black, the black on red, the blue on red, all of the color work screams Shinbo, but then all of the action direction screams somebody better at action direction than Shinbo, because he's not the best at it. He's good, but he's not this good, I don't think. So, I feel like what I'm looking for, my prediction, if we'll call it that, is that this episode was both storyboarded and directed by Akiyuki Shinbo, but was animation directed by somebody with experience in fighting. That's my guess. Let's discover whether I'm even close. I'm probably completely wrong. Let's find out. Okay. Pull up the ANN page again, because I closed it for some reason. I'm an idiot. All right, Shimbo, did you do 30? He storyboarded it. Shimbo, did you do 30? He episode directed it. And who did animation direction? Atsushi Wakabayashi, who also did 6, 12, 15, 23. And was worked on Garo, Kingdom, Hunter x Hunter. Lot of work. Yep. He's the one who worked on a bunch of episodes of Naruto. Okay, and then the previous episodes that he directed, let me find the list of episodes. List of Yu Hakusho episodes. It was 511, I don't remember. Wakabayashi 6, 12, oh, completely wrong. 6, 12, 15, 23. 6, 12, 15, 23. 6, 12, 15, 23. 6. Oh, we looked him up not that long ago. This is where we meet the Goki with the Orb of Bast. 6, 12, Rando Rises, Kuwabara Falls. Right, that was an actually good fight. Yeah, 6, 12, 15, 23. Genbu the Stone Beast, that was an okay fight. And 23, the Toguro Brothers Gang. That was the betting one, the first one, which also had some cool fights in it. That was pre-Deadly Triad episode. All right. I don't know. I'd say that I was about 85 or 90% right on the money with my prediction there. It is Akiyuki Shimbo storyboarded and directed. The color work proves that. It makes it clear. And then Wakabayashi on the animation direction, making some of those fights come to life. I'm super impressed by this episode. I think that I could probably run through it again and find almost as much to talk about again. I think that the animation surrounding Hiei's technique and the Dragon of the Darkness Flame was some of the coolest shit. And like, while we've had obviously Shimbo-y episodes before, this is one where he really let loose on that color work and stuff, and it worked. It worked really well. Fantastic. Great choice for a bonus episode. I'm glad that the episode order conspired to make this happen, and that I took y'all's recommendations in stride and went with it. So, I'm gonna wrap. I've been Teeaboo. This has been Yu Hakusho episode 30. I hope you've enjoyed it as much as I have, and I hope to catch you in just a couple of days when Saturday comes around and we watch the next 2 episodes and we can see more Chew around, because that was amazing. I'll see you next time. Peace.